Hello, my name is Simon Borg-Olivier. I've had the privilege of doing yoga for about 42 years, and my father was my first teacher. He taught me how to hold my breath to do underwater swimming. When I was about 8 years old, I was lucky to meet Basil Brown, an Olympic athlete, who showed me how to do various yogic bandhas, something I practiced all through my teenage years and still form a major part of my practice today. When I was about 17, I had a Tibetan Lama who taught me the essence of Tantric yoga and Tibetan yoga. And in my early 20s, I began formal training in asana and pranayama with teachers such as Shandor Remete, BKS Iyengar, Kripatabi Joyce, and Sri Desika Cha. And in more recent years, I've had the privilege of learning with Zhenhua Yang. My yoga teaching was a passionate part of my life, and my science was also a passionate part of my life, but it was feeling like I had two halves to my life going in opposite directions. And when I really felt integrated was when I did a degree in physiotherapy. Becoming a physiotherapist for me brought my science and yoga together. So now I feel like I teach traditional yoga, but it's traditional yoga with an understanding from Western medical science. And I teach physiotherapy, but it's exercise-based physiotherapy with a very strong yoga base. Together, Bianca and I developed the YogaSynergy style. We didn't really think we were developing a new style of yoga. It was more that we were trying to establish a way of teaching and practicing for a Western body which was not living the type of traditional lifestyle that people who initially practiced yoga would have lived. For example, most people in the West who practice yoga don't sit cross-legged on the floor as traditional Indian yogis would have. They don't squat to go to the toilet. They don't carry large and heavy weights on their heads. Bianca and I have been training teachers for the last 15 years, and we train usually on a one-to-one basis. We don't teach large groups to specifically be YogaSynergy teachers, although we have run a course called the Applied Anatomy and Physiology of Yoga, which we often have more than 100 people in at any one time, and that's run as a 60-hour course in the live form of the course, and it's mainly for yoga teachers, but obviously practitioners of yoga of any level can benefit from it. And in that, we don't just teach anatomy or physiology, it's more the practical application of how you can use an understanding of anatomy and physiology to enhance your yoga practice, to make it more effective and more safe. And we find many teachers use this, and many therapists use this course as well. Now, a few years ago, I was approached by Professor Mark Cohen, who is a very remarkable man who's a professor at RMIT University in Melbourne, and he invited us to write a similar course to do with the anatomy and physiology of yoga for RMIT University. And now this course has been running. We wrote the course and it's been running at RMIT University as a fully online course, which is a 144-hour course. And it's been a real privilege to work again for the university, as I did for so many years before at Sydney University, and lecture in this course on what is my passion, which is essentially yoga. Mark has also invited us to teach 2 more courses in the next couple of years, which we're currently writing. One is on the essence of yoga, the yoga fundamental things, and then also one on yoga teacher training. These will be released in 2011 and 2012, respectively.